What up? Welcome to Gearzombie, and today we are going to discuss the absolute positively best microphone you can have in your studio, period. End of discussion. Stick around. Gearzombie. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. If you poke around any of the home recording forums, you will see tons and tons of posts, constant cycle of posts, whether it be you're looking on Facebook or Reddit or pick your forum. I have X amount of dollars. What's the best microphone I can put in my studio for this amount of money? And usually the budget is like $300 to $500. And normally there's some sort of clown in the comments that is like, you need to get a Neumann whatever. And you can't buy like a Neumann logo for $500. Today we're going to talk about some of the common selections that are brought up and the microphone that I think is the one that is absolutely the one that you should be using in your studio. In front of me here, I have a few different microphones we're going to talk about. This is a Sennheiser E935 in case you're wondering. Not one of them that I'm recommending, although a fantastic microphone. Some of the most common microphones that you will see in that $300 to $500 range, the Shure SM7B. This was one that really kind of turned things around for me because I was mic hunting, trying all different kinds of mics. And what I really found once I threw the SM7B in was that it's just flat. It just sounds really good. Doesn't overreact. It doesn't color any end of the spectrum. It just kind of replicates the sound that's going into it, which is exactly what I loved about it. Also worth noting, very common podcast mic. Microphone 2. The EV RE20. This was never a microphone that I thought of for vocal production. This is one that I always thought of for broadcast because you saw it all kinds of radio stations and production booths, tons of podcasts, and I always loved it because you could get the broadcaster voice. And who doesn't want the broadcaster voice? It's a cool microphone and a lot of people use this for recording vocals. Characteristically, quite a bit different than the SM7B. Now these microphones don't come without their faults, and if there was one thing I could pick on, it would be just the sheer amount of power that these microphones take. You plug these into your interface, you're having to give it all kinds of gas to get a good sound out of them. And when you crank it up that far, you get hissing and other noise that you just don't want. I have an Avalon 737 in the rack. Thank you, Gene. And with that Avalon, you got to push it hard to get good sound out of this. There is a solution. That solution is a cloud lifter. What does a cloud lifter do, you may ask? Thanks for asking. It gives you an additional 25 decibels of completely pristine, clean gain to your microphone. In short, you plug your microphone in, plug this into your interface, you hit it with phantom power, and it gives you nice, clean, sexy gain. Awesome. Problem solved, right? It just gives you a ton of really nice headroom. But here's my problem. Street price for the RE20 on Sweetwater right now, $399. Street price on the SM7B right now, $399. Street price on the Cloudlifter CL1, $149. As a matter of fact, the pairing between these mics and the Cloudlifter is so common that you go to most retailers, they sell it in a bundle. So what is the answer, you may ask? Thanks for asking. This is the answer. As a matter of fact, they should have just called this the answer. This is like the Allen Iverson of microphones. Allen Iverson then, not Allen Iverson now. Allen Iverson when he was the answer. Now he's just Allen Iverson. But this is the Aston Stealth. What makes the Aston Stealth the answer, you may ask? Again, thanks for asking. The Aston Stealth is the answer for several reasons. For starters, this is what they call an active dynamic microphone. This has a Class A mic pre built into it. So if you hit it with phantom power, they advertise it's going to give you around 40 decibels of completely clean, usable gain. Very similar to this item here. Number 2, you have a settings dial on the bottom here. There's 4 settings. There's a V1, V2, G, and D. The V1 is what's best suited for a male vocal. The V2 is what's best suited for a female vocal. The G is for guitars, and the D is, I think they call it dark. It's meant to represent a ribbon microphone. Now, the active dynamic part, you can use this with or without phantom power. Without phantom power, I've mic'd a guitar cab with it. I actually did a video, we'll put a card up here, where I was testing out new tubes in a 5150. I threw this in my ISO box. I mic'd a Mesa 212 with it, and it sounds awesome. This is one I would leave in my ISO box from now on. We also recorded a cover of Home Sweet Home with this. I use this on my vocalist in the V1 male position.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song and you'll never be left all alone.
Best part, street price, $3.99. I don't like using words like game changer, buzzwords, things like that, but in all honesty, as much as I love these mics, had I had this as an option, I wouldn't have bought these. So the bottom of this, super easy, plug your XLR in, it has an internal shock mount, and it has this little guy here to put it on a stand. See the switch here? This switch is for the pretty purple light that turns on. When I met these guys at NAMM, the light was it. It's like, it lights up. What else do you want? You very simply pop your clip in here and good to go. Hold it on your mic stand. So I'm going to hook all these up. We're going to do a quick comparison. I'm going to just speak into them because if I sing, we'll be doing nobody any favors with this gear. But first and foremost, I want to hook all these up and I want to show you what a difference this Class A mic pre in here makes as far as your headroom and just usable gain that you get out of it. This is not the most scientific test on the planet. One thing I kind of want to show you is the difference in levels. On the sound card, these are all bypassed. None of these down here make any difference, so keep that in mind. This up here is what you should be looking at. This is the actual gain that we have going on here. You can see I can move that up and down and that changes the mic. Right now I'm recording all three of these mics. I have them all with Phantom. The SM7B and the RE20 are going through cloud lifters. I have these all dialed in and they're at the same gain. All of them with the gain turned down to 0. Let's start with this right now so we can see the difference in the wave volume. You can see that the wave is pretty tiny. This is testing the SM7B. This is testing the Aston Stealth. This is testing the RE20. This is testing the SM7B. This is testing the Aston Stealth. This is testing the RE20. So as we can see here, the SM7B, you can see it's registering. It's not getting a whole lot of nothing out of there. And then the RE20, we have a little bit more gain with the RE20. But the Aston, I'm on it, but you can see that there's actually a usable waveform. Let's see how much I need to dial in. Check 1 2 SM7B check 1 2 check 1 2. So that has me throwing about, let's say I got that turned up to 22 there. So that has us pretty close to what the Aston Stealth is registering at right now. Check 1 2. That's Aston Stealth, SM7B. Aston Stealth, SM7B. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just needed to make sure that I was in male vocal. So let's do the same thing with the RE20. Let's get the RE20 turned up here, and I don't suspect I'm going to need near as much, and it doesn't look like I do. So looks like I turned that up to about 18. So with the Aston Stealth set still at 0, just with the Class A preamp activated, right now I'm pushing my sound card quite a bit harder on the other two mics to get, and actually I may have the RE20 turned up just a little bit too loud, but okay, let's try it again. This is the Shure SM7B. This is the Aston Stealth. This is the RE20. This is the SM7B. This is the Aston Stealth. This is the RE20. You're listening to the smooth sounds of Gearzombie. You're listening to the smooth sounds of Gearzombie. You're listening to the smooth sounds of Gearzombie. So right now this is on the mode that is meant for male vocal. So now I have it set on female vocal. At least right now in my ears it sounds, a lot brighter. Then we have a guitar setting, which is not going to sound. The guitar setting is, it sounds a little thinner, maybe, just speaking through it. And then we have the ribbon setting. There's the ribbon setting, which is labeled as dark, and it definitely, at least right now, sounds very dark. These are great mics, and if you want the RE20 sound or the SM7B sound specifically, by all means, these are workhorse mics. There's nothing wrong with them. But if you're in the position where you're like, I need one really good solid mic that I can use for multiple things, this is hands down that mic. And the cool thing is that you're not going to suffer anywhere by having a mic like this. So far, it sounds fantastic on everything that I've put it on. So what do you think? Does this mic have a place in your studio? Tell me what you think in the comments, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe. I have links for all these microphones and all this gear down in the description. So if you're interested in any of this, please click on those links. That helps support the channel, and I really appreciate it. So until next time, Gearzombie.